I'm gonna ask you the question anyway, and maybe you can give an inside look. And I always ask everybody this: hand gods. I like to know the hand gods. And when I say hand gods, I'm talking about not no knockout on them. I'm talking about just chunk them. But I got Ray already. I got Ray.
Yeah.
I got Ray Johnson. Ray Clifford Johnson Squirrel. I got him number one.
Yeah.
For the dime moves and the lokes, for the 6-4s on spokes, for the OGs that did a dime, came back around on parole, for the homegirls with the scrap game, little homies that gang bang, from Pelican Bay to YA, rearrange your mind frame. Yeah, I know what you've been through, shit you had to go tend to. Your mama gave birth on the turf. I
was the founder. I created Conan Pocket in my mother's garage.
I had a lot of, lifting weights, and I was on swole. They start calling me Big Miz.
Kev Mac video, you know. Kev Mac video, open your soul.
This is only the beginning.
If he was around, he'd be 66. But give me some other ones.
Ooh, Big Jeffrey, Ray Brother Russell, my brother, Puddin'. I mean, a lot of them were fighters. A lot of them, for me, like they say, gang banging was worse back then than it is now. I beg to differ because, they did a whole lot of fighting. It was only a few that probably couldn't fight, but a lot of them were fighters. And then the thing with them were they got at who they was mad at, and even if they caught you slipping and you was with your mother or your kids, they'd be like, nigga, you got a pass right now, but I'm gonna get you. Today, these youngsters, they don't give a darn. They shoot just to be shooting. So a lot of people, and I guess it comes from people that don't really know, because when we were talking before, I say 55 and older is history. Anything under that is a mystery.
Exactly.
So people don't really, if you wasn't there, then I get it. It's hard for them to understand or whatever, But the thing is to listen. Like, we didn't, and then I see people say, why y'all glorifying it, or are they talking about it? No. His channel is to show people that this is what you shouldn't be doing. It's not like that no more. This is the history of some of these people. We got homeboys 6 feet under. We got homeboys that's dead. Some of them doing double life and everything for it to turn out to look how it turned out today. And it's like I don't get how people again could say like, oh yeah, it was worse. They was killing. Or I see people say, oh y'all. I hate when the older people always say, y'all shouldn't be gangbanging. Well, this came to us. We didn't have a choice. But God left a lot of us here so that we can help y'all. Y'all have a choice today. We didn't have a choice, And it wasn't glorified. It was people coming in their neighborhoods to keep other people from taking over. Mm-hmm. And it turned all the way out to something totally different, but back to your question, yeah, we had some fighters. And it was a lot of fighters, A
lot, multitude.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you, and you're going to remember this, right? There was one day everybody used to just meet up and then go at it. And then it wasn't necessarily just because we was, maybe so. Compton Parade every year between Santa Fe and Alameda. The Pirus came from the Long Beach way and the Crips came from our way. And they met in the middle and everybody got to see what them hands was like.
Me and Tupac was talking about that yesterday.
There was no guns. No. And everybody got a chance to see what they skilled in. You remember that time?
Yeah, I remember them times. There was a lot of time. I'd be like, shoot, we can't walk back. When we start walking, I'd be like, ooh, we better stop right here. They'd be like, let's keep going, So that was a thing, Nobody was they wasn't really just scary like that, It's like, I tell the kids nowadays, it's more to the C and the P than what y'all think it is, just hanging in the park and chunking it up, nigga. This come with murder, this come with life in prison, this come with paralyzation, this come with a whole lot now, They think when they see somebody, it's cool because I'm from this hood or whatever, because I got grandsons and I tell them that, like, boy, it's more to it than this, Like, I don't get these youngsters nowadays.
And then a lot of people nowadays, they think that CK stand for Crip Killer and BK stand for Blood Killer.
Yeah.
No, it's don't. CK stand for Color Man Killer and BK stand for Black Man Killer. So at the end of the day, black people are dying at the hands of other black people.
Yes.
And I think it's information malnutrition and probably other things. What's your thoughts on it?
I think it's the mindset. You, like I said, you have so many people doing so many good things, but they're not changing the mindset. So you bring girls, guys in. If you got an organization, or even if you're just trying to help, and you're not trying to change the mindset, because some of these kids out here are really hurting deep down in, and ain't nobody taking the time to find out what the problem is. It could be at home, it could be hungry, it could be molested, it could be anything, and nobody's really taking the time to say, just say if you took 5 kids, he take 5 and somebody else take 5, and some of the guys I know take 5 kids. It's not taking to say, you take them and you dealing with them and you doing good, but you still teaching them cuz, or you still teaching them blood. That's not changing their mindset, because when the times, if they wind up being somebody and they going to look for a job, you can't go in there and say, oh, cuz or blood hired me, or you got to teach them to change their language. They say once the devil take your mind, everything else go. It's like a relationship. Once that nigga take your mind, everything else gonna follow, So you have to change the mindsets of these kids. Stop, change their language. They talk. Even me, when I first started doing this, it's like I was so used to the gangbanging mentality. I'm like, how am I gonna go get money from? I can't walk in the store and tell these people, I'm Cynthia, or I need this, or I had to. It was so hard. It's just that God works with me so well, like changing your, you don't have to change who you is, but you have to change your language or whatever, So we have to teach these kids better about themselves, and to learn to love themselves. And if it's a problem, you have to really be there for them, because so many of the fathers have left, and now the mothers, So you a lot of them are just looking for love. Want somebody to say, like, man, I love you. You can't love them and leave them, because that's what they used to, And that's the thing, is changing their mindset. You can't just go get them and teach them football, basketball, whatever, and they all in there, they cousin, because then what if this blood want to join, but he see them all, that's going to change his mind. He going to be like,
and he might be a star player, and then eating.
Yeah, and he might say, I want to be with them, but I see they still on that Crip stuff, or that Piru, or that blood stuff, So you have to change the mindset. If you walk in there and you see them saying, oh man, then you be like, oh yeah, well they cool. Like nobody was tripping, nobody was on that gangbanging stuff. That's where I want to be. You can't do that, because then you still harming them. You can't. You doing good, but you still messing them. It's like I always tell people, I was walking with God and holding the devil's hand. I don't let the devil's hand go. I'm not perfect. And I don't portray to be perfect. I'm a work in progress as well. You got years and years of playing Russian roulette with your life, because I never know if somebody could have killed me. I've been in situations where I know it was nobody but God pulled me out. So it's like you got to change the mindset, and it's experience. We all walk that road, so they more suitable to listen to us than somebody else. It's just that everybody always say, well, them youngsters, they don't want to listen. Sure, no, we didn't either. Mm-hmm. Some of us didn't have a choice. We still got a whooping when we went home, even though we banged in the street, But they gonna be pumped up, and it's like I was telling somebody. I said, you can always remember something somebody told you. If you tell a youngster something, it's gonna stick with him, even if you think he didn't hear you or he was listening. It might be 10 years, 5 years, all day. He gonna remember Melly Mel told me this, because I know something somebody told me when I was younger, and I'm sure you guys remember something somebody told you. Absolutely. So it's not about walking away from them, because that's how they are. They like just thinking that they just hard. They don't want to listen, because they got some of these guys that probably never banged, but now they can get this little slight reputation to put a gun in their hand and tell them to go out and do something. That's why so many innocent people get killed, because they shoot with their eyes closed. It's that peer pressure and stuff, and I'm just not with that. I don't think that's right. Babies getting killed, innocent people, people dying, I don't know.
Man. Talk to me about Icky Dawson. You got a picture of him?
Icky, yeah. Yes, I do. Icky, that's my homeboy. Icky was the homeboy. Did we get the picture of Icky?
Yeah, it's in there.
That's the first picture. At the bottom, so.
It's at the bottom. Icky was a homeboy. Icky was about that life too. He wasn't joke
Icky,
at all.
Icky was one dude that you couldn't couldn't get no rationale from Icky, man. He was just like, okay.
Icky was no joke at all. Like he wasn't no punk either, you know. And that's what I be saying. People holler, this is Icky. Ick the Tick Dawson.
Ick the Tick Dawson.
Yeah. People holler.
No nonsense Dawson.
Right. People holler a lot about, like I say, you know, because they don't know the history. They say, they always saying bartender, but we had some players. You know, we had some players.
They play ball.
Man, we had some players. I'm telling you, we had some players, you know, that they was a force to be reckoned with, you know. And like you said, it wasn't easy being we was outnumbered. You had Crips from everywhere, you know.
Coming to see what the Compton Piru is about.
For real, they was coming from everywhere. I remember the first time when the first encounter with them, they came to our house. My brother, rest in peace, Bo Pete, at a party. They like, oh, the Crips coming. We like, what? They like, the Crips is coming. And next thing you know, everybody was out there locking up or whatever, you know. So, I mean, yeah, it wasn't easy to be a pirate.
I'm quite sure the parties at your house was really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, who idea was it to paint the house red? Let me ask you that.
Well, that was my mom's favorite color. That's my favorite color. And the crazy thing is, you know, when you said moving to Compton, when we first came to Compton, my mother looked at a house on Stoneacre over there off of Alondra, back over there. I think what's that, Kelly Park, Southside.
Yeah, Kelly Park.
So I started laughing because I'm like, dang, we would have been. Right. Because we was over there, and we wanted her to get the house because it had a pool. So we like, you know, there wasn't no game banging. I was in Girl Scouts. It was a white neighborhood, you know. Yeah. So I'm like, oh dang, we want this house or whatever. But I was just thinking too, like that's my mother's favorite color, so it would have been red, you know. Because she had the big red chairs in there, you know, and people. That's why they think it's a Piru house because of the red. Like that's my favorite color.
I'm just glad you cleared that up. Yeah. People were definitely thinking that shit.
Yeah, you know? We did. We was gonna move over there. They looked around in Compton. You know, Compton moving from Watts to Compton, it was like coming from low class to high class. Yeah, exactly. You know, exactly. So when we first got here, like I said, my best friend was a white girl. I was in Girl Scouts. Like I said, ran track, you know, and everything, you know. So to just even think about back then and now, I'm like, wow, who would have ever thought? Like you said, we had carnivals at the park, you know. First time I ever seen a two-headed baby. The man walked the tightrope, you know, at the park. Like all this was going on. You know, shoot caroms up there. You know, shuffleboard. Yeah, carom board. Yeah, we had the shuffleboard, the horseshoe thing. Like it was a lot for us to do as well, as opposed to today. You know,
and then not counting the sock hop.
Oh yeah, the skating parties. Man, we was skating at
Bob Louie coming up there with his ass scared.
Yeah, they like we hearing about Puddin', and we like they like. Yeah, but y'all, if Puddin' try to talk to you, you better talk to him. We like, huh? They was like, yeah, because we heard all about Puddin'. Like, if you don't talk to him, what he'll do to you. So we see this, we in there dancing, boogieing at the sock hop, and then in come this big guy, and we look like this must be Puddin'. And Bobby Louie, big butt on the stage, you doing the robot. We like, that's Puddin'. Because he was so big, you know. Yeah. We like, that's Puddin'.
I can't imagine Bobby Louie doing the robot.
Yes, he could do the robot. Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, yeah. And that's
fun times, right?
Yeah, skating, you know, the record hops, you know, the park. We had the people that worked at the park, you know, they interacted with us more. They took you to camp, you know, just a lot of things going on. And that was a purpose for me trying to come back to right my wrongs. I feel like we owe the city, you know, and I wanted to do that, you know. I wanted to come back and give these kids what we had. You know, like we played at the park. We was able to play at the park. You can't even go in the park without, you know. We was sitting in the park a while back ago, a couple of years ago, and I'm sitting at the table, but I'm very observant. And I'm like, this guy walk up, but it's hot like it is now. And he got on this coat. But I'm like, wow, he got on this coat. And as soon as I said that, he started shooting. And my first thing was to dive on my grandbaby, which is what I did. But in the process, after he stopped shooting, everybody jumped in their car to chase him. And I'm in my truck chasing him because I'm mad. You know, like, it just, you know.
And you wouldn't think about something like that during this time.
Yeah. I just thank God for all the times that he saved me and my family, you know. My brother got killed, you know, around the corner from my house, as well, you know.
But all the tools came right away because you woke up. You said, "Wait a minute, he got on that trench coat."
Yeah.
Everything that you learned from your experience told you, "Wait a minute, this is not right. Something is wrong."
And he started shooting.
Let me take you back for a minute. Your older brother, rest in peace. What was his name?
Bobby. He was named after my brother Bobby, but they call him Bo Peep. Yeah.
And you mentioned earlier, Bo Peep was a U.S. boy.
Yeah.
I want to know, what was your family and your friends, the people around Leuders Park, relationship to the U.S. boys?
Because I think U.S. boys were out really before gang banging. Like, they did a lot of low riding. You know, my brother had this red low rider. Again, that go red. You know, my mother red Cadillac. But everybody was cool, like Knuckles and all them. Like, I knew all of them, you know. My brother went to Dominguez, and my brother, the one rest in peace, wouldn't hurt a fly. Couldn't whoop a fly, wouldn't hurt a fly, you know. He was the one unlucky one that, you know. But I mean, they were around. It was like, it's when you sit back and think about that, you know, it make you want to cry sometimes, because it's like, dang, we had so much fun, and then, you know, to see them and they low riders, and my brother would ride over there on their side or whatever, you know. It was, well, everything was Piru back over that way, but not at that time. Right. It was really no banging.
All of those individuals?
Who?
Of the U.S. boys.
I remember Knuckles a lot, because I'm not sure if he was a president or something, but I remember Knuckles, and it was one other one. Because I'm
Alvin.
That name sound familiar.
Alvin Transfer.
Alvin Trasman. Oh yeah, Alvin Trasman. Yeah. Alvin Trasman. Yeah, yes.
Vincent Jones. Yeah. Ralph
Carter. All of them. Yeah. All of them. All of them was cool. Like, I got pictures of all of them being at the house and, you know, being around or whatever. So it was different. You know, it was different.
So the one question that I'm looking for, the answer that I'm looking for is, was there anything that caused a split, or what was it that had them go their own way and Leuders Park went their own way?
I think maybe once the banging came in, you know, once the gang banging started, then you didn't hear about, they just slowly but surely faded out. Yeah, you didn't hear about it no more. You start hearing about, like, people don't understand, this stuff was new to us, because even when the West Side came over for the help, it was like, we was in the house and they was like, oh, the Pirus at the park. We like, the who? And they was like, y'all gotta be Pirus. We said, we ain't finna be nothing. And me and some of the homegirls, we like my house is right here in the liquor store around the corner. We would hitchhike to the liquor store. We like, we don't want to be around, because these guys, we didn't know nothing about all of this. And then it's like, either you get with it, because we was tired of sitting in the house, you know, and it just started happening. And I think me knowing so many of them, because my brother was everywhere with Peabody. I mean, we was probably in every neighborhood it was, you know.
What was it like meeting Tookie? And what kind of guy or friendship did you guys have?
For me, he was cool, because I wasn't really tripping off that. It was just amazing to see, you know, my mother had all these guys, like, I think her and Bob Simmons was going to get a bus to take them on trips or whatever. So for them being at the house, like I seen Jamel say he taught the Piru something at Mama Nunn house. He ain't taught nobody nothing, and not like that. But he was there. He was over there, you know. Now, a lot of these guys might not remember because they were much younger, but because it was going on at our house, you know. So meeting him, I just was like, dang, he buff as hell though, you know. Shit, I mean, I remember, you know. But I mean, they were cool, you know. Icky #1, like I know all Bobby Lavender, you know, Jimmy Lavender. Like Bobby Lavender is my god brother. Big Harold, who I think Big Harold was the leader of family, and they were off Central. Big Harold, like
Don Turner.
Oh, Don Turner. Don Turner was the homie. Don Turner.
Cooking Jarvis Street. Right?
Yeah, from over on Jarvis Street. But everybody was at the park. You know, that was headquarters. So everybody was there. It wasn't no splits. It wasn't no Holly, Mob. It wasn't none of that. You know, we were just all.
So it was, back that time, it was Leuders Park. All this other stuff that came about maybe started off as cliques and eventually took on its own life.
Yeah, it was just the east side and west side, you know. Leuders Park, they meet under the headquarters or whatever. A lot of time, a lot of us females couldn't go, be up over there, especially with my brother, because they used to always be like, dang, China dog, I want to holler at your sister. He's like, nigga, you ain't talking to my sister. So he was, I used to be so mad though, because some of them was fine. I'd be like, oh, he getting on my nerve. But, and I'm older than him, but he be like, nigga, you ain't talking to my sister or whatever, you know. But I mean, you know, it was.
That's kind of natural right there.
Yeah, and even now today, he still think he my daddy from jail calling shots, you know. I do listen sometimes, you know, but I mean,
that's
you
good.
know.
You have a great relationship with your brother.
Yeah, that's my boy. You know, I've been running for him ever since he been going to Penn. Even when my mama was living, you know, he just say, that's how I met Donald Prescott, taking all the girls to the dances up at Whittier at Nellis. Taking all the girls up there, you know, to the dances.
Prescott was the ladies' man too.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
Original Oaks Park boy.
Yeah.
But came from the Piru experience.
Yeah.
Another one,
he did.
Just like Curtis Patrick.
Yeah. There was a few of them, you know.
Yeah.
But, I mean, things change, you know. Everybody went the way they wanted to go, you know.
And then when you talk about the U.S., some of them went to the Piru side and some of them went to the Crip side. You know, the ones that remained to stay around or whatever, you know what I mean? And here's the thing what people don't get. Difference don't make you deficient. It just means you decide to do something different. It's not nobody criticizing or ridicule you or any of that.
Right.
It's just that you decide to do something different.
Right.
That's your business.
Right. Like you want to go to the party and I want to go to the donut shop. Right. You know, like people, they don't get it. Again.
Is that a perfect segue? The donut shop? Were you and Puddin' at a donut shop?
Oh no, me and Puddin' we wasn't at no donut shop. Puddin' was crazy. He was really crazy. No, we wasn't at no donut shop. That's why somebody said on a video, Puddin', they did this, ain't nobody punk Puddin'. Trust me, I ain't never seen nobody punk Puddin'. Never. Puddin' was crazy. Town. You know, even Heron, you know, they say Heron from the mob. No, I babysit Heron. Heron like my nephew. Heron, I was trying to find a picture where he's throwing up Leuders Park. You can never show me no picture. I mean, if somebody was to show me a picture of him throwing up the mob, I'd be quiet. You know, and not like that, because I had a lot of love. I know a lot of them over there, you know. Pictures of the mob and everybody all hung together. You know, we was all one, you know. And I got a lot of love for a lot of people. Some people don't understand it, but I'm my own self person. And can't nobody make me be something that they, you know. It's with every neighborhood, you know. People have people they like and they don't like or whatever, you know. But you know, and then my life has changed. Like I tell people, you know, I'm not with all of that no more. I'm for peace. If you black, I'm with it, you know. So, I mean,
Cynthia, you got a lot of pictures.
Oh yes.
Have you ever counted how many pictures you got?
No.
You got a lot.
I have, and that's just a little. I just took some out the.
Those are bags for people that can't see. She got bags of pictures.
Yes, from way back when it first started till now. And then I have photo albums. Then I have like big briefcases. So one guy was telling me, he was like, you need to get them copywritten, you know. But I do want to do a picture book because it's gonna take me too long. And even if I did a book, all them pictures ain't gonna fit in a book, you know. So
I want to ask you about these pictures because I want people to know your pictures are pictures nobody got.
Right.
Of people that's not around anymore.
Right.
People that died 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
They're worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
This book would be special.
Right.
I would suggest you put a high price tag on it.
That's right.
So I want you to tell people the sentimental value of these pictures to you.
Oh, they are. They that's so sentimental to I keep them in a bank vault. that's another reason why it took me so long, because I'm not lazy, but I do so much, and then I'm like, I gotta go to the bank, get the pictures out the vault or whatever. You know, I think back and I said, only God knew that these pictures would be worth what they are, because I never knew. I just like taking pictures, and I never thought about all these pictures to where if it's a funeral, like yesterday we did a repast up here, and my goddaughter's son passed away, and he was just turned 22, and she called me, I need pictures. So I'm going through all the pictures. I had to send her all the pictures of a baby. And then when I first got on Facebook, people was like, dang, one of the girls, she said, I asked my mama who raised us, you were sent. Because she got all the pictures. But I just never thought about it. But they mean a whole lot to me. And especially for a lot of them, like Randy and Donald McQuiller, who never hear, like Tam. I mean, I know there's pictures on the internet of Putting the Low, but, you know, they mean a lot to me. There's Robert Lee, who people never talk about, who was a rider.
You got a picture of him?
Talk about Robert Lee.
Yeah.
Robert Lee was a rider. I don't think I bought it. And even Mark, the guy that's right there on the corner, the one that kicking the cans, and the one that, this is Mark, before he got messed up.
Wow.
Yeah,
I put the Robert Lee picture in there.
You did? That's Carlos and me. I was trying to get the picture when we was with Turtle and them and this is a picture where we was at the, I can't think of that club, but this is where Turtle was at with me. No, this was in L.A., but this is one of my uncles that was with the BGF. Oh, you did put the picture of Robert Lee?
It's in there. It's in there for that very fact, because people don't mention it.
Yeah, even Porky.
Porky.
Oh, here we go, right?
Yeah, I see.
So this is Robert Lee. Robert Lee got killed way back when too, but this is Porky brother as well. Just hang it up. Robert Lee, you know, been around forever. Cash, Jimmy Butler, you know, Cash been around forever.
She's doing an interview.
Donald the Kid, Randy, brothers, Donald the Kid. This is Putting in his brother Bodacious. A lot of people probably don't know about Bodacious. Bodacious was bigger than Puddin', so you know he was hitting way harder than Puddin'. But it was Puddin' has another brother that's sockeye.
Are you familiar with Sugar Man?
Sugar Man.
Sugar Man from the West Side.
Yeah, I remember Sugar Man. I remember a lot of them from the West Side. This is Bobby Louie when he was in love with me, but I still wasn't his girlfriend. I was scared of him, but this is Bobby Louie and myself, whatever. I don't want to show his picture because he's still here. This is Peabody and my brother. They go way back from when.
Put your hand over Peabody's face.
Yeah, they go way back when. I got pictures of them at home, but you know they over there.
So how do you feel when you post a picture on Facebook and then you see it all over the place after that?
So the reason, you know, when I first got on there, I started putting the pictures I wanted people to see. But then a certain individual, he stole a lot of my pictures, so I took all the pictures off. So now they laugh at me because if I put a picture up, I put my name across the face.
Right, you should.
Yeah, so they be like, we know it's sent pictures, even though I done seen somebody still take them with my name across the face or whatever. I do it because it's like some of these pictures are people don't even know, or they would never be able to see them unless I post them or whatever, you know. So I have to put my name on them, and it's sad because I want to share so many pictures, like even going through them, even to bring back some memory with Leuders and the Mob. Like I got even the 7-0s. I gave this big picnic at Leg Lake. You know, it was 7-0, Leuders Park 7-0. So I gave this big picnic at Leg Lake. Ooh, years ago. A lot of people knew it was some of everybody there. And 7-0s was there, you know, Bounty Hunter, everybody was there, you know. Rat from Bounty Hunter, that's my dog. So I've been around, and I got pictures of Rat. Like, I've been around all these guys, Diamond, like from Inglewood to Clayton to a lot of them. I've been somewhere everywhere with my brother because he's well known or whatever, you know. But it's sad. It's sad that I can't post it to share for people can see. You know, people want to know the history. Like I would love to say, okay, well, this is such and such. You know, y'all hear about them, or even the ones they forgot about. That's the reason why I did the rest in peace wall mirror outside. You know, so people's name can go on that. Because I mean, we have soldiers that fought a war, but we also have soldiers that fought a war out here. You know, leaving nobody out because we got the Crips, the Hispanics, and the Pirus. You know. But it's sad because I have so many pictures that I really want to share. So I'm going to try to get to the picture book.